Good morning, Bitcoin. What is up, everybody? This is Dale. First episode, Good Morning Bitcoin. Today is Monday, August 24th. We're going to kind of give you the little rundown on what Good Morning Bitcoin is going to be. I'm joined with my man, my right-hand man in crypto, LD. Listen, Destro, we're just going to refer to you from now on as LD for the rest of the show. So what's good, homie?
Sounds good. Sounds great. Good morning, Bitcoin. It's great to be here. I'm excited about this new show.
Yeah, how many cups of coffee have you had by now?
I have had four.
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 I'm starting my second, so we're just going to kill it. So what we're going to do, we teamed up with Hashrate Media for this to bring you guys this show. Basically, we're going to just give the rundown of stories for the day before. We're going to talk some shitcoins, some crypto news, and then we're going to end the show with a little fun and games we like to call, kind of similar to Live from Iowa segment that we did. So we'll just kind of jump right in, LD, unless you got anything you want to add.
No, let's dive right into the Barstool guy.
Yeah, so everyone that doesn't know or living under a rock, Dave Portnoy was joined by the Winklevoss twins to describe what Bitcoin was. The moral of the story is that he said that we're going to mine Bitcoin from the moon. I don't know if that was just him saying that or what, but he ended up buying a significant amount of Bitcoin. And then he also bought $50,000 worth of Link, which proceeded to dump 30%. I think he ended up losing $25,000. And then he tweeted out on Friday of last week that he currently owns 0 Bitcoin. I think he's been pretty successful in trading the stock market, but I think no offense, Dave, but the stock market has really only gone up here since its meltdown in March, which is kind of when he got in at the lowest point. So trading crypto is a different game. I think, it's the open 24/7 is really what kind of gets people. So what do you think about it, LD?
I was a bit offended, man. I think he's a quitter.
Yeah, he's got weak ass hands.
Yeah, he does. He talked a big game, I think, and made some jokes about it and then lost some money and completely quit. And whether that's true or not, that he's entirely out, or if he's never heard of crypto before now is debatable. But I don't know. I didn't really like the image of him rage quitting after a couple of days.
Yeah. And he, I think he bought some Bitcoin back in 2017 also. But,
okay.
I don't know if he's out of it completely or if that's just a schlick for him or whatever the case. But
yeah, you never know the whole story,
It's funny too, because he sold the Link bottom, basically. The local bottom.
Yeah. Are you a Link Marine, Dale?
No. I don't know if you saw, but on Twitter, some guy called me out as No Linker Supreme. So that is my new title.
No Linker Supreme. I'll remember that as we go through the show.
And then the other day I tweeted that I was looking at Link and I really, the chart looked okay, but what I was really doing is testing a theory that someone said if you tweet and use the hashtag Link that you gain a bunch of followers. So I was just testing that theory.
Did it work?
It did not. I only got like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I tried something similar by copying a chart that Ledger Status had tweeted.
Yeah, that's right.
With the same hashtag, and I got 0 followers. Everyone saw through it, knew that I had copied the chart, and they were unimpressed.
There was a lot of people that did that. And what's funny about that was that people were tagging Ledger and like, hey, this guy's stealing you. This guy's stealing your chart. And it's like, yeah, he would say, yeah, they're my friends.
That's great. Yeah, I asked for his permission before I did it because we're in a group together and it's not my style to just steal somebody's content like that without it clearly being a joke or at least asking permission. So
yeah. You and Empty. I remember you two both did it.
Yeah, it's a good time. Nice to fool people sometimes.
Yeah.
But Link's a pretty big deal, just hit an all-time high for daily active addresses the other day, despite the fact that it had dropped in price. It's a great coin, I think, in terms of being good for the DeFi space and for the entire crypto market. It kind of reminds me of Ethereum's rise in 2017, which led the bull run then.
Yep.
It's not as great as meme tokens, I don't think, but
no, meme tokens seem to be the big craze. I was telling you before this, there's Waifu or Waif. I'm sorry, I'm not an anime fan, but I am a big supporter of that.
I don't know how to say it either. We need somebody to say it for us.
Believe me, someone will after this comes out.
Oh, of course.
There's that one. there's FUD token or FUD coin,
Haven't heard of
rug
that one.
pull.
There's a rug pull token.
Yeah, so this one is actually pretty interesting. Rug, I think it's called. What you do is if you buy a certain amount of rug, you're in like their inner circle. And it just straight up says that at some point, this inner circle will decide when to rug pull. And when they rug pull, if you're in the inner circle, any Ethereum or any rug that was in the liquidity pool, they divide up amongst this inner circle based on how many. So like if, say LD, you have 100,000, which is 10%, you get 10% of the pooled Ethereum.
Okay.
Which crazy to me to think that's a thing, but okay, I guess.
I would not jump into that one. That's one that I would avoid.
Yeah, and my homie Lucas, I got to give him a shout out. Said in the group I'm in last night to get in steel. It's called Hands of Steel at 1 penny, and I know it got all the way up to like 9 cents. So it's just crazy.
Congratulations to everyone who got in.
Naturally, I did not listen until about 5 cents.
I don't get word of these until much later, so it's late for me, and I miss out on the rise a lot of times. So
yeah,
I don't even get to test my steel hands. I don't know if I have steel hands or not.
You do. I can feel it. So what do you think on all this Uniswap action? What else?
Oh man, Uniswap. It's kind of a game changer, I think. I don't know where we'd be without it right now. It enables us to trade things like rug pull and hands of steel and any other ERC20 token.
Yeah.
And we owe it to the DeFi movement, I think. Most of our audience is probably familiar with DeFi or decentralized finance, but if you're not familiar, this movement makes every financial service you can probably think of, like trading, loans, insurance, makes them all possible through smart contract blockchains like Ethereum. And on Uniswap, you can trade these ERC20 tokens. And it's great. It's a lot of fun, super easy to use. But like we were talking about, you have to be careful, right? Because anyone can launch a token on there and you can end up investing in complete garbage, lose all your money because of things like rug pulls, which are a very real thing.
I echo what you said. Is I don't think we'd be where we are this moment without this Uniswap DeFi run that we had. And I do think it's going to be the kickoff to that word or phrase that everyone wants to hear. I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to be the jinx.
Nope. We're not going to do that.
No, not until it's official. And then once it's probably official, it's probably going to be done. But
yeah, that's right.
I think it's been a crucial part of this run up. Crypto Messiah, I think, is at Affinity or Infinitum or whatever the hell his Twitter name is. He's been slaying it. Him and Gaines and Mohammed, some other guys have just been absolutely just slaying this Uniswap DeFi movement here in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they really have.
So shout out to those guys. They're all
for sure
homies. But one of the most interesting things to me, and I haven't really been following as close as Ledger Status has or ULD, is this whole ZAMP TOB movement.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite things about the current run is this game that's been developed on Ethereum called Tokens of Babel, and it burns tokens every time an all-time high is reached. And in order to play this game or to buy the tokens for Tokens of Babel, TOB, you need to buy a diff coin called XAMP or anti-ample. And this one too has a constantly reducing supply. So these two tokens, XAMP and TOB, play off each other. And supposedly the developer is going to introduce another element to this game called Ash. And it's innovative. I think I've not experienced anything quite like this in the space, and I've been intrigued by it from the start. Developed by a guy named Bill Drummond. Genius. It's probably a pseudonym, maybe. I don't even know if it's one guy. It could be multiple people, but definitely genius happening in this Bill Drummond experiment.
It's Bill's world, and we're just living in it. LD.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree with that. And if all that sounds interesting to you, and I think it should, you can trade these tokens on Uniswap. And if you want to learn more, you can look at their website, tokensofbabel.com.
It's been pretty wild to follow. I know Ledger, there's a big air job coming up here, I don't know, in a week or two, I think, where if you're holding the ZAMP or XAMP, whatever, you're going to get the Tokens of Babel, the TOB airdrop to you.
Yeah, I think that's at the end of this week.
Is it?
Don't
Okay.
don't hold me to it, but I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
I'm still holding it. I've swung traded here pretty good the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks. So I did get back in. I think it was like 1.5 cents or something,
Okay.
but we'll see.
Glad to have you back. I haven't left. I've had
Yeah.
my bag the whole time.
Good for you. Ledger's been killing it on that. So
Oh
shout
my
out to him.
gosh. Yeah, for sure.
One other thing that came up that I felt I played poorly is lid
Mm,
protocol.
yeah.
I came out a couple weeks ago. I got in the pre-sale, just did one Ethereum, and it had doubled pretty quickly. So I thought, this is a good time to get out. There was something else that I was staking it, and there was something else that I wanted to buy, which, long story short, I got rug pulled on. So I ended up losing all the profits from lid on that. And then it proceeded to, what was it, like 8x?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
not that I would have held all the way to 8x, but that's the point. So then they came out with this mix, MYX, another one, and then there's a third one too, but
It's coming up, I think.
yeah,
They've
do you know the
got
name
one
of
or
it?
two more. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Dexarb,
Something.
Dextrust.
Yeah,
I don't
something
know.
like that. So to me, I don't know anyone on the team or anything, but I think we were talking about this in another group, LD, is to me it seems like a money grab. I feel
Yeah.
like all the websites are the same. They all have essentially the same use case, or they're trying to solve the same thing.
Yeah. I've noticed
So
it too.
yeah, so I would just be a little leery on that. I know the lid protocol, there are all these pre-sales that they're doing on that. They're saying it protects from rug pulls. Well, yeah, okay. So does everything else.
Right.
You could say that,
Yeah.
shit in one hand and one in the other.
Yeah. I did pretty well with lid. In fact, it was the first thing that I bought when I became aware that the market had shifted and it was a good opportunity to start playing again. And I found that pre-sale and participated and held and did really well. And then when they launched Mix, the Mix launch was a complete disaster.
Oh, it was terrible.
And there's something about it that just didn't feel right. And I sold all my lid and haven't looked back. And you can see on Twitter right now, if you search for the cash tag, you can see where people are starting to talk about some things that don't add up in that project, and perhaps you should look elsewhere for better investments.
Yeah, obviously we're not going to tell you what to do, but
No. I mean, I still think the idea behind lid is a good one. I'm just not convinced at the moment that they're actually doing it, and so they're not. I'm not going to throw money at it.
DYOR.
Yeah, totally.
One thing that have been oblivious to, LD, and I think you've kind of seen it and been paying attention, is Polkadot.
Yeah, a little bit. So this is I don't know if I'd call it an alternative to Ethereum because they kind of do different things and they're going to serve a purpose for the right developers. You're going to have to do your own research and decide which one of these things is better. Ethereum aims, I think, to be a platform for smart contract execution, distributed finance, and Polkadot has more of a goal of helping people build entire blockchains and integrating these blockchains with each other. So that's where they're a little bit different. And Polkadot's actually developed by a former Ethereum founder, I believe, at least a developer. I don't know as a founder or not. I don't know that much, that deep of the detail. But it's been in the works for a while, and there are projects being launched. And I believe that Link is associated somehow. I don't know the connection offhand, but yeah, these projects are starting to hit the market. MantraDAO is one of those, and Acro is another, I think, Acropolis. So yeah, I think everybody should take a look at what is happening with Polkadot, take a look at these projects being launched on it, and decide whether they're viable or not.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's just it, like you had mentioned earlier, too. It's just make sure there's no rug pulls, do your own research, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay, so let's close out here. Again, these are just going to be like 20, 30-minute shows. Nothing crazy, just bring you some quick humor in the morning and just kind of bring you up to date on the previous day in case you couldn't pay attention. It's kind of hard over the weekend, too, so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next little segment you've got here. It's one of my favorites.
So I think one of both our favorite parts of Live from Iowa is the game segment.
Yes.
Fun and games. So we're going to end each show with that. So today's fun and games, LD, it's You're going to try and decide whether these names that I read are actual names of shitcoins
All
or
right.
if they're just made up. Okay? Pretty self-explanatory. You ready for this?
Yep, I'm ready.
Titcoin.
Titcoin, like TIT.
Yep.
That is real. That's a
Yes, that
shitcoin.
is correct. That is correct. Currently has a market cap of 36,000. No big deal. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 2, Legs token. Legs.
No.
That's correct. It is not. What about fuzzballs?
If it's not, it should be.
So are you saying no?
I'm saying no.
It actually is.
Oh, well, good. It should
It
exist.
should be. You're happy you got that one wrong. Here we go. Next one. So you're got 2 out of 3. Idiot coin.
Yes.
It is not. I should say of note, I looked up these all on CoinGecko. So someone's going to chirp and say, oh, here's idiot coin, but it wasn't pulling up. Okay, last one. You're 2 for 4, 50%. Garlic coin.
Garlic coin. Man, I love garlic. I'm going to say it is a real coin.
That is correct. It
All
is.
right.
Good
3 out
call.
of 5.
3 out of 5, not too bad. So there is the first episode of Good Morning Bitcoin. Make sure you get out, subscribe to us. We'll be on all the major platforms. Follow our Twitter. It's GM_Bitcoin. So that's Good Morning Bitcoin. We'll evolve the show a little bit. This was the first one, so we're just kind of trying to feel it out. Maybe have some more segments, stuff like that. So, LD, what do you got?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm excited to be here. I'm glad we're doing this. Hope everybody loves it.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.
So good morning. Tip your waitress. And the best part of all, don't eat beans. All right, we'll see you guys.